Hello everyone, MLT Magic Tricks here. So today I'm going to be giving you a performance and tutorial for this really awesome self-working style card trick that is definitely going to fool your audience. So I would start this one off by explaining to my spectator we are going to be using the 4 aces for the trick. So I'm just going to spread through and take out the 4 aces from the deck. You will notice all the cards are different and completely mixed up. At this point, we are also going to need a 5th card, which is going to be our helper card. And I would have my spectator go ahead and choose this card. They can just call stop anywhere as I riffle down the side of the deck. Let's say they call stop right here. I would say we'll lift up from where you called stop. We'll take off the card. In this case, our helper card is going to be the 10 of clubs. From here, I'm going to give the deck a quick mix-up and place a small amount of cards in front of each one of these 5. So we'll have 5 piles just out on the table here. So I'm just going to take off a small amount of cards and place them in front of each of these. It doesn't matter the exact amount. As long as we have 5 different piles, we'll be good to go. And we'll place the remaining cards right here. From at this point, I would take the Ace of Hearts, place it face down on this pile, and have my spectator lift up any amount of cards they want to in the pile that's right next to it and place them right on top of that Ace of Hearts. And we're going to follow this pattern throughout. We got the Ace of Clubs going face down. We're going to take some cards, place it right on top. With our helper card, we're going to keep it face up, and we're going to place some cards right on top of that. We'll place the Ace of Diamonds face down. We'll take some cards in the pile that's right next to it, place those on top. Lastly, the Ace of Spades is going face down. And to get this card lost, we're going to take this pile, place it right on top, and now collect our piles so we have the deck put back together. So I would tell my spectator the objective of this card trick is to try and find those 4 aces, and I'm going to need some assistance in doing that because they are completely lost in the deck now. So I'm going to take out our helper card, the 10 of clubs, and just keep it face up on the table, and we'll get back to that a little bit later. But right now, I actually think the deck is set up to help me find our aces, and I'm going to try and spell out each of the aces, and we're going to see if I can find them that way. So we're going to begin with the Ace of Clubs. I'm going to go A, C, E, O, F, C, L, U, B, S. You'll see the Ace of Clubs reveals itself right there. Now I'm going to move to the Ace of Hearts, A, C, E, O, F, H, E, A, R, T, S. We got the Ace of Hearts. Now let's go to the Ace of Spades, A, C, E, O, F, S, P, A, D, E, S. We have the Ace of Spades. And last but not least, we need to try and get that Ace of Diamonds. So let's spell it out. A, C, E, O, F, D-I-A-M-O-N-D-S. Oh no, the 2 of clubs. We were so close to that Ace of Diamonds, but we didn't quite get it. But remember, guys, we have a helper card, the 10 of clubs. That is the card my spectator chose at the beginning of the trick. And we're going to see if this 10 of clubs can help us find that Ace of Diamonds. So we're going to spell out the 10 of clubs using that same pattern we've done before. T-E-N-O-F C-L-U-B-S. And boom, right there, the Ace of Diamonds reveals itself thanks to our helper card. So guys, that is the trick. I really hope you like this one. If you want to learn how to perform it, make sure you watch the tutorial. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that performance. This is a really great card trick that should definitely be in your routine. So grab your deck of cards and let's get right into the tutorial. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure your deck has 52 cards. Next, take out the 4 aces and the 10 of clubs. Just place these cards off to the side for now. From here, you're ready to move on with the setup. You're going to be making 4 piles of cards here. The first pile is going to have exactly 10 cards with the 10th card having a little crimp on the bottom right corner. So I'm just bending the corner a little bit like that, making that crimp, and I'm placing this card on the bottom. You're going to do the same thing with this next pile. It's going to have 10 cards. The bottommost one is going to have that crimp. The third pile is going to have 9 cards. You're going to have that bottommost one have a little crimp there. The last pile has 10 with the bottom card having the crimp. So 10, 10, 9, and 10. And you'll know you did this right if the remaining cards you have here are exactly 8. So technically the 5th pile is just going to be the rest of the deck which is going to be 8 cards. Now for the setup, you're just going to collect all of the piles here. So you're going to start with this one, 10 cards, 10 cards, 9, 10, and then 8, like that. You're going to collect the cards, and you're almost done with the setup. You have to do something here with your 4 aces and the 10 of clubs. You're going to be placing the aces in, so you're going to place them in at different points in the deck. It doesn't have to be exact. You're just going to place the ace of hearts in first, followed by the ace of clubs. You're going to place that a little further down. Then you're going to go with the diamonds right here, third. Lastly, the ace of spades is going to go kind of near the top, just like that. Once you have these 4 aces in, once again, hearts, clubs, diamonds, spades, place them in. Then you're going to place the helper card, the 10 of clubs, right on top. Once you do that, you're good to go. The setup really isn't too hard, guys. From here, you're ready to begin the trick. And go up to your spectator, tell them you're going to take out the 4 aces. At this point, you're just spreading through the deck and taking out the aces you just placed in, but they are already going to be in the order you need, which is how you're going to place them on the table here. So you're going to take the hearts. This is going to go left on the far left side here. That's going to go first. You're going to keep spreading. Then you're going to take out the ace of clubs. It's going to go next to it. Leave a little space, and then you're going to take out that ace of diamonds. And then lastly, the ace of spades. As you're spreading, you can just tell your spectator, I'm taking out the aces here. You can see all the cards in this deck are shuffled in, mixed up. That is true. To your spectator, everything's going to look completely, shuffled and randomized. But in reality, you did create a setup at the start. Your spectator's not going to be able to see those little crimps you have, because you'll notice here, just from your vantage point, you were only going to be able to see them. And when you collect the deck, this is also important. Make sure the crimps are on this back right side. I'll explain why in a little bit, but make sure they are pointing towards you. Once you have removed your 4 aces, this is once again how you want them to be. Hearts, clubs, diamonds, spades, with a little space here for the helper card. You're going to tell your spectator, okay, we're going to take out a helper card, and you're going to actually choose this one. All you need to do is force this 10 of clubs. What I did in the performance was I swing cut it around half the deck, got the break. Wherever my spectator calls stop, I just lift up, slide out the card. Make sure you place this bottom portion right back on top, though, and then you just take out the 10 and tell them, okay, this is going to be the helper card for the trick. From here, you're ready to move on. You have the 5 cards laid out. You're going to tell your spectator that you're going to mix up the deck a little bit. This is optional. What I like to do here is give the pack a few false cuts. I'll leave a link on the screen right now if you want to learn some, but they are not mandatory. Regardless, if you don't do any false cuts, make sure you keep the deck in the same order. From here, this is where you're lifting up on the crimps and placing these piles down in front of each of these 5 cards. You're going to start with the ace of hearts. That's very important. You're starting on the left side here. That's how I did it. You'll see when I just naturally lift up, I'm instantly picking up right where this first crimp is. You can see the 4 crimps in the deck from this side view. It's really simple. You're telling your spectator you're just lifting up some cards. You're lifting up from that crimp, placing it down, moving to the next one. You can see I'm lifting up right from the crimp, placing those cards down. Same thing. I've got the pack lifted up from the 3rd crimp. Those go in front of my helper card. Doing the last one here, you can see it's easily separated. That's why I'm kind of exaggerating the crimp. You can even do it too, as long as you don't flash it to your spectator, just so you're confident in picking up the piles. Then you'll have the remaining 8 cards. Just place those down in front of the ace of spades. So at this point, you're ready to proceed. This is how things look. Now you're going to tell your spectator you're going to go to the ace of hearts first, place it down, and your spectator can do this part. They can pick up some cards here from the pile that's right next to it and place them on top. You continue this pattern throughout. And when you get to the helper card, you're going to want to keep it face up. That's very important. Keep the 10 of clubs face up. They're going to place some cards right on top. Got the ace of diamonds going face down. They're placing cards on top. Lastly, the ace of spades. When you get to the ace of spades, go over to the far pile, place these cards right on top, and then just collect all of the cards in the deck. So now the deck is back together. From here, you're ready to move on. You're going to tell your spectator the objective of this trick is to find the 4 aces, and you're going to need some help. You can say something like that. Now you're going to spread to the helper card, that 10 of clubs, which is face up. So you're spreading out to the 10. It's going to be near the bottom. Now this is very important. After you take out the 10, place it down, you're going to take these cards that were above it, and they're going to go right to the bottom of the deck, just like that. Make sure you do that step. That is crucial. From here, the deck is actually set up to do the part of the trick where you spell out the cards. You're going to spell out the aces in chased order. That means clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds, and you will see what happens when we get to the end with the diamonds. But right now, guys, this is a self-working effect based on how you set up the cards at the start. This part of the trick should work as long as you follow these steps up to this point correctly. So let's start with the ace of clubs. One card per letter. Make sure you guys know the spelling. That's very important. A-C-E-O-F. Make sure you spell out the word of. That's crucial. C-L-U-B. And then when you get to the S in each of the words, turn over the card and it will be the ace of clubs. Now you're going to move to hearts. Remember our chased order here. A-C-E-O-F-H-E-A-R-T-S. You got the ace of hearts. Now we're going to spades. A-C-E-O-F-S-P-A-D-E-S. Finally, we're going to go to diamonds, but you'll see what happens here when we spell out diamonds. It's not going to be the right card, but that's where the little kicker ending comes into play. A-C-E-O-F-D-I-A-M-O-N-D-S. You tell your spectator, oh no, the 7 of diamonds, that's not the ace of diamonds, but don't worry, we still have our helper card. Now, this is also a very important step. Turn over this card. It's going to be a completely random one. What you need to do is bring it to the bottom of this pack. That is crucial. Take the card, bring it right to the bottom, collect them like this, and just place this pile right under the remaining cards you have in your hand. From here, you're ready to do the final part of the trick where you spell out the 10 of clubs and tell your spectator that you can remind them, they chose this card at the start, but in reality, you force it. They're not going to know that. T-E-N-O-F-C-L-U-B-S. Turn over that S, and it will be the ace of diamonds to complete the set of 4 aces. This one's really going to blow your spectators' minds. This is a really cool trick. It does require that setup, but you can, open up your routine with this trick and then get into some no setup effects after that. But I definitely think it's worth it to create the setup for this trick because it's super powerful. It's really going to blow your spectators' minds. Definitely give it a try. Rewatch the tutorial if you need to. Really memorize the steps. That is crucial. And if you do it right, the trick will work every single time. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video, guys. Peace out.